Welcome back, friends, to Stacey Can, and hopefully you can too. We're talking about stock pots here and water bath canners. This is a regular home use water bath canner. I believe it's 21 quarts of that. It fills full of water, and you can buy these at any of your kitchen stores that sell kitchenwares. You can get them online. You can get them at some local grocery stores that sell kitchenwares. I've seen some. This one is called Granite Ware is the type. They do have some really nice ones that are stainless steel that you can get online that I've seen, and those are anywhere from $67 to $110 that I've seen. These Granite Ware ones are great. They run anywhere from $22 to $26. Just depends on where you where you purchase them from. So with these canners they automatically come with a rack inside. This one here holds quart jars, and as you can see, the racks have a little hook here that will hold stuff there, and you can place your jars in the rack like so. Now, I prefer to have not only a quart rack that comes with this, but I also purchase separately is a what I consider, they're basically a flat bottom rack like so. And as you can tell, it's smooth, etc. The reason for this is the quart racks are great for quart jars, but if you're doing jams or jellies, or if you're pickling something a little bit smaller using pints or half pints, these flat racks work better because you can slide them around. They fall over in the quart racks. As the holes are a little too big, they're meant for a larger jar. And they don't have enough binding in here to hold the smaller jars in there, so they tip over. And you do not want to have your jars tip over when you're canning, as it can compromise the seal. So once you have, the first thing you do once you get your canner going is, and you purchase it, is to fill the bottom up, to fill the canner up with about 6 inches of water, which is about to here. Or it can also fit to the bottom of the rack that you place in the canner. As you can see in here, there's the bottom of the rack. It's about 6 inches. That's probably a little more than 6 inches. And I often put in a little bit of water, about an inch above that. And I just know from experience that that's how much water you need. When you fill your jars and you lower them into the rack, you need to have at least 1 to 2 inches of water over covering your jars for proper distribution of water and such going around the jar for processing properly. You can't have lids or the rings or the tops of the jars sticking out. And you'll notice on the bottom of the rack, I don't know if you, inside of the pot has the kind of corrugated bottom where it's raised up. You can also see it from the bottom. And here it is. And again, you need good circulation of water going around all of the jars while they're in the canner for proper processing of the jars and for a proper seal. Plus, when you're boiling the water, it's at 212 degrees will kill the microorganisms that are inside, and the bacteria and such that are inside the jar for proper seal and for proper preservation purposes too. So the other option we have is a stock pot. If you don't want to invest in the water bath canner, you can use a stock pot. And what you would do is you can fill those with rings at the bottom of the stock pot to provide a rack. You will notice that it's not tall enough for a quart jar, so to be up on the rack and to provide at least an inch or two over the jar while it's in the rack. So you can really only use, at least with my stock pots, this stock pot here at home, you can really only use these pints or half pints inside the home stock pot. Now you can use the rings at the bottom like I did, or you can also buy, they have silicone racks that you can use, and again, you purchase those at your local store, farm store, or online to help you get the jars in and out of the rack, or you can just use your jar lifter if you need to use that as well. So hopefully that helps you out. If you have any questions or comments, just reach out to me on Facebook, Stacey Can, or Instagram at StaceyCanCan, or my website, www.staceycancan.com. And I will chat with you next about the canning tools.